What's up, YouTube? It's Mr. Ferguson here. So I wanted to go over from the video yesterday, Wednesday. If you haven't seen it, you might as well just stop this. Go watch the one that's got the thumbnail called The Risk Factor. I did that video about a week and a day so ago. I did that, last week at some time. And as I mentioned, as you may have read in the comment section, I was like, man, I don't know if I even want to put this video out there because people are going to be like, what are you, this is what you're going to... But I did anyway because I put the work in to edit the video, and so I want to go over that part briefly with you guys here in a video. I just want to correct this. Number one, if you're a new homeowner, if you are like, okay, I'm going to do everything Mr. Ferguson does. Number one, I do not want to set anybody up for failure. So I would highly advise against doing everything I mentioned yesterday. Do not go that route. Do not try to, if you want to put tenacity down on your lawn at the time of seeding, absolutely. I mean, I think that is something that anybody can do. It's pretty basic, it's pretty simple, but when we're talking about going back and doing another tenacity app, and then we're talking about trying to do prodiamine, and we're trying to seed and do prodiamine, that don't go that route. Do the very basic thing. If you don't overseed, use pre-emergent. If you're going to do seed, don't use pre-emergent. That's the safe thing to do. Let me just put that out there first of all. Now let's get into what I explained yesterday. So I've already reached out to Mr. DeMay. I don't know if he watches my videos. I don't really know, but he's from the Grass Factor. I've reached out to Alan Hain. He responded. So I'm asking these guys, hey, on paper, this plan, tenacity for 30 days, pre-emergent, tenacity, another app, 30 days, that gives us 60 days. And then if we use prodiamine, our fescue seed should be 60 days, into the ground now, or be cool to use prodiamine at that point, depending on where our soil temperature's at. So they're going to get back to me and let me know on paper, is this feasible? Is this something to do? But regardless of what they say, I think it would be very interesting to do this test. And unfortunately, I'm not set up to do that this year. I would love to have a section like a test plot and do this exact test and say, let's see what happens. Let's throw some seed down. Let's grow it. Let's do tenacity at the time of seeding. Let's turn around in 21 to 28 days. Let's put another app of tenacity. Let's see what happens to the grass and film it for you guys, this content. Then let's turn around and see if we put prodiamine, will it live or will it die? I think that would be fascinating YouTube. And now that I've said it out loud and put this video out, somebody else will likely do it, but that's okay. I think that would be cool to test. I wanted to make this video to say I'm going another way. And let me get into some things here and explain. I had a conversation with Tom and had a conversation with, I think it's G-Grip. They were talking about, bluegrass and all this. So the reason why the Solar Green is being used, Solar Green did well in the bank. We watered the snot out of it this year. I'm not So bluegrass is very difficult to have in my area, and whether it's Texas bluegrass, whether it's regular Kentucky bluegrass, which is supposedly less maintenance, bluegrass is something I don't need to be fooling with. However, it's very appealing in my lawn because it looks so awesome. It stripes so well. It's great. I like it. So do I think putting Jonathan Green Solar Green in my entire yard would be awesome and something that I could do? Absolutely. But is it something I absolutely am like, well, I need to do that today? No. I have some Solar Green left over from last year. And so because of that, I'm going to plan to do that on the bank and use that grass seed. I don't want to have wasted the money I paid for the Solar Green. So it does contain bluegrass. Great. If it didn't contain the bluegrass, I would still use the Jonathan Green Solar Green because I have it and I just want to get rid of it. And what I think I'm going to do, I pretty concrete think I'm set because the day keeps approaching closer and closer to aeration and seeding, is I'm going to overseed the front yard, meaning this section right behind me that you guys see, everything, the bank, everything, the tree, all of this, I'm just going to overseed. I'm not going to touch it with any prodiamine at all because I've never used prodiamine in the fall, so it'll be nothing new. I'm going to totally overseed the front yard with the triple threat and with the Solar Green. So we're going to do both of those here in the front yard. Solar Green on the bank, and then we're going to do some of the triple threat in the front yard. On the sides, on this side over here, and on the side over here, and in the backyard, I'm going to do prodiamine. I'm not going to overseed over here. So that's the plan I'm leaning towards now. So that's the way I'm leaning. That's the way I'm going to go. Is prodiamine on all of this, because as you guys can see, it's September, I've got plenty of grass. There's no need to overseed back here. And with the back shaded area, I'm not going to put down more seed there. As much as that's the area I did want to put down more seed. It's a little thin, it's a little bare, but I'm not going to do it. I'm going to let spring thicken it up as much as spring can, and we're going to go with pre-emergent in the back and in the sides. But in the front yard here, we're going to go Jonathan Green, Solar Green, and we're going to go triple threat. So are we going to be truly, you know, given triple threat its due when it's blended in with a 80% GCI lawn? Not really. So I'm not going to be able to do a actual review of triple threat. The only reason I'm putting Kentucky bluegrass into my lawn, period, the Texas bluegrass, is because I have it from last year. And I was the year prior, I was curious, does the Texas bluegrass, will it, you know, not only make it darker, but will it survive on the bank, this blend with Jonathan Green? I think that the triple threat, if I didn't have the Solar Green left over from last year, I believe I could truly put the triple threat right here on the bank, and with as much water as we watered last year, we'd be just fine to put triple threat all in the front yard and be just fine and good to go. But because I have the Solar Green, I want to go ahead and use it, so I definitely want to spread that. We're not going to use hardly any of the triple threat. We're going to have plenty of it to store, and maybe we'll, you know, keep it for next year or something, try to keep it dry, try to keep it good the best that we can. That's the plan. So regardless of what Mr. Lawn Care Nut, regardless of what Mr. DeMay come back and tell me about the plan I released to you guys yesterday, on paper, now it's just about a curiosity thing. Hey, I've laid that out to you guys. That's originally what I thought. I've changed my idea because I don't want to be too risky. But would this actually work? And I think the best way to find out, even if these guys would never answer me, is to do a test plot and show you. Let's test it ourselves. Let's see. So hopefully, I was thinking about trying it at the church property, but it's too far away to be able to go and water it every day. And I may change my mind on that. I needed to put this out to kind of explain myself. So I hope this is better, that I'm just not willing to risk how much I paid for the seed and all of this, and how much grass I've saved this year. I don't think I even need to be overseeding at all, guys. I think I would be fine. Besides these fusillade areas on the bank behind me, that's where I think, you know, putting down some of the Jonathan Green on these areas, blending it in with some triple threat, it's kind of going to be, I guess, like triple threat plus a little bit with the blending of the Jonathan Green, Solar Green. So we'll see what happens. What I may end up doing is just blending the Jonathan Green, Solar Green with the triple threat, blend it all together this year, throw it all out there together, and go like that. And then we'll kind of see where we are next year with how we want to overseed or just continue going. So anyways, enough blabbing. Let me know if this makes sense to you. Lastly, before we get off this weird Thursday video, with the memberships, we announced that I've got 2 levels. I ended up going 2 levels. One is a cheaper level, one's a, well, did you see that spit just like fly out? I'm sorry, it's gross. We got a cheaper level and a super freak level, which is the $4.99 level. But one is just the loyalty badges. I think the comment prioritization and the custom emotes. I did update the custom emotes. And then you got the super freak level, which are more perks. So if you're on iOS, if you're on an iPhone, if you're on Android, it doesn't seem to be working properly on my channel. So know that. I tested it on my wife's phone. I was like, I can get the channel's memberships to come up now, but when I click join, it doesn't work. So it seems to only work if you're on a laptop or a PC or a desktop. So know that. For those of you that have signed up, clearly you're on PC probably. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It's awesome for supporting the channel. So be looking for that. If you've tried to do it and you're like, Mr. Ferguson, I'd love to do it, man, but it's not working on my phone. I get it now. I thought it was, but it looks like there's something totally weird with YouTube and with the phone and the mobile app and all that with the membership. So go to the channel, go to it on your laptop or PC, and check it out that way if you're interested. I'm sorry about all the posts and the confusion, but I'm learning about this as I go on. So I just wanted to mention that as well. And yeah, that's it. Check out tomorrow's video. We're actually going to be in the front yard on the bank talking about something else up here. G-Grip, you were actually the closest one on this last video yesterday to be on top of what we're going to be doing tomorrow. So y'all tune in tomorrow. So God bless you guys. We'll see you then.